Hey, what's going on? This is Aaron with True Wood Design. I recently moved my shop, which was a huge undertaking. I went from 2,600 square feet to a couple hours north of where I was at in close to Fort Lauderdale, and now I'm up in Fort Pierce. And I bought a house on a half acre with a detached 3-car garage, and that way I could work from home. Benefits of that are great. The downside is I went from 2,600 square feet to 600 square feet. So I figured it's time for a little shop tour now that I basically have everything set up, and I'll show you some of the changes I needed to make along the way to be able to work out of such a small space. So there's my little 3-car garage. I guess it's a 2-car, but if that was a garage door, it'd be 3-car. It's 600 square feet. So when we walk in here, one of the things I may end up changing is these garage doors. They're eating up a lot of headroom. I may put some barn doors that swing out because I can't pick up a sheet of plywood on its side and lay it down on my table saw. Another thing I did was downsize my table saw table. I used to have this thing huge in my old shop, and that just wouldn't work in here because I'd have no space left. My machine cluster got a lot smaller, and since my thickness planer is on wheels, I could wheel that out into the center of my little aisle here when I need to do some planing, which is a pain in the butt, but you know what, it works. It works. I built some shelving. A lot of that came from my box truck, and some of it came from the old shop. I got some fans in. You've seen my solution for lighting, some construction lights up there. Also, I may put some more of these in. I put up these LED lights that are super bright. One of the things about working from home is if you're married, your wife may mistake your shop for a garage and put kids and family bikes in there. And if that happens, don't panic. Just take some time to build a shed, which I guess is what I'm going to end up doing. One of the cool things was all these really old books that I found in here. Some of them are from 1909, early 1900s, which was pretty neat. It's an old Dade County pine building, and there's extensive termite damage, nothing too bad. And it's also been tented, so I should be good for a little while. Another thing I did was buy a shipping container. Since I went from 2,600 square feet down to 600, I needed some extra space for lumber, and I had a pretty big inventory of exotic hardwoods, so I spent the last month before I moved loading up my shipping container, and then when it was full, I had a trucking company pick it up and move it for me. So this is my little container. I've got a lot of lumber there, but I've got a lot of lumber all the way in the back also, and so I cut this little side door in over here so that I could get to the back area of the container too. As far as shipping containers go, I paid about $2,000 for this delivered. It's 9.5 foot tall, 40 feet long, and about 8 feet wide. It's a pretty decent price for hurricane-proof storage. My mobile shop, I ended up gutting everything that I put in there to make way for the move. And so lately I've been rebuilding it, starting with the cabinets in the back, but then I put a little air-conditioned office in here too. I've got a bed up top, and I've got a door that goes to the back side of the shop. The other part of the AC is right in here. I don't know if we could see in there. There it is. Doing just fine. I'm plugged into shore power right now. But my solar panels are right up there on the top. And I also built this little this little awning type door for the back so that I could get a little more workspace and shelter from the elements. This was my third attempt at making a spring-loaded door mechanism to lift it up, and third time's a charm because that works fine. I moved my cabinets closer to the walls to make them a little narrower, give me some more space in between, and this little thing I'm proud of right here, since all the weight of the table saw is right there, I don't need to strap it down or anything. But when I fold it out, the leg automatically comes down there, and then I have a real easy access to the table saw, and when I'm done I can just fold it right up and it's out of the way. Dust collection is going to be the next thing. I'm still trying to figure out where to put everything so that it's organized and I have easy access. I definitely need some more small little containers, little sections. I put this little piece of wood here just to make like a tray, and I definitely want more of those because there's all these little things that I just don't know what to do with. This little tool holder I made on my CNC machine, which is right here, and this runs off the solar power too, no problem, by X-Carve Inventables. And here I've got my entry door to the office, my solar setup. There's my little office space. I've got the computer in there, and I built a little sleep cabin, and right now it is nice and cool at 76 degrees. I'm in Florida, so it's hot, but that's my little office. I have some storage underneath the CNC machine, and here's looking towards the back of the truck. So with the shop and the mobile shop and the container, seems to do pretty well for accomplishing most tasks. I think I may put a big metal carport up here, and then I got some place to assemble, because right now I could make parts, but I don't really have a whole lot of room to assemble them. So thanks for watching, and I'll keep you posted with any future furnishing projects. Adios.